look, Buck, you're misrepresenting facts and what things are and aren't by grossly overestimating. The Confederate government was fully established by the time of the Civil War. Yeah, that's a real big stretch. They had a preliminary government. Yes, the Constitution was ratified. Their slave Constitution was ratified in March of 61 before the war kicks off, but that's all ratifying by people who aren't elected. They're appointees. The first election cycle doesn't happen until November of 61, well after the war has started, let alone the fact that half your Confederate country hasn't even joined up yet. So your whole government is being based on a couple of dudes that have gotten together that are grumpy because, Lincoln got elected. On top of that, you mentioned ambassadors to Europe. Yeah, that first ambassador wave that went to Europe, not a single one of them was recognized by any European nation as an ambassador to fucking anything. They barely got even, hey, how you doing, good sir? Yes, we'll hear you out. They went in trying to bribe cotton, and all of Europe went, we don't need your cotton. And then the second set of ambassadors also got pretty much similar treatment. No country ever recognized the Confederacy as a sovereign nation, so no country ever recognized the ambassadors as real, political ambassadors. Your treasury that you're touting up as being something that does exist, yes, again, like March of 61, that's a thing that does exist, and it's all stolen gold from New Orleans Mint. Way to go there. Now, as far as property is concerned, and us firing on or being, told to leave your property and us refusing to leave your property, yeah, South Carolina did not own Fort Sumter. It is an island. Not only did they not own Fort Sumter, they did not own Fort Moultrie or the other series of islands that had forts on them around South Carolina. That means it's not their property. They didn't own it prior to the war. They didn't own it prior to secession. It's not your property. Just because it's in close proximity to you does not mean you get to own it or have a say on what happens on that property. That'd be like me saying, I don't like my neighbor having a pool in his backyard and pitching a shit fit about it. And unless there's an HOA in place, which there's not, I can't say shit about my neighbor's pool, regardless of how ugly it is or not ugly it is. That's how property works. So no, we weren't refusing legally to leave anywhere. You fired on us multiple times in multiple situations, including in times before those states even seceded, federal property was seized and state property was seized. So no, Confederacy was aggressive. Their government wasn't well established before a war. There was no legitimate government because no country in the world recognized them as a legitimate government. So, bah!